Hey guys, Sky here. So this video is going to be about my version of how it feels to be someone that's new in a hobby. And I'm talking about a hobby that you're doing socially. So I've witnessed, okay, let's say car hobby, because this is one I think I'm most consistent in. I've done it the longest out of all the other stuff. You show up at a car show, you got a car, maybe you got interested in cars, maybe you're into like imports, maybe you're into like hot rods, old muscle cars, low riders, whatever you're into, lifted trucks. You're flipping through magazines, you're watching videos online, you learn about this thing and you're into it. And then it might come to be the day where you're not like you want to reach out now, you want to go out, you want to show off your car, maybe you got it built, maybe you're trying to looking for cars, you're shopping and you want to get out there and start getting out there in the summer, especially you get into the environment, the racetrack. And there's people out there that are going to be really interested in getting to know you and be like excited to have a newcomer. I've seen that a lot in the car hobby. And there's going to be the people out there that they look down at you. You know, you're the new person. You know, you're the greenhorn or whatever they call it. And with the car hobby, it tends to be like nicer. I think they're more interested in it. But like, you want to get into like golfing? You want to go out on that golf course in the middle of a beautiful Saturday and you want to learn how to play golf and you're holding up the whole parade behind you. Everybody's trying to get it done so they can get to the country club afterwards and party. Or maybe there's a real serious bragging rights match going on and you're the kid in the way, or you're the guy in the way, a girl in the way, that's slowing them up from figuring out who's the top dog. What I'm trying to get at is that socially, we're thrown into these environments as newcomers to something. Lifting weights. I really liked to lift weights. I was going for strength. I wasn't really going to Muscle Beach. I never really even took my shirt off, I think. In the summer, I had like farmer's tan, or I'd be at the beach with my full pants and short sleeve shirt on. But I went for strength. And it was obvious that like in the beginning, you know, looking around, everybody's eyeballing people at the gym and how much weight you're going to do. And then, you know, everybody's looking. And there's nerves that get involved with that. And it could negatively affect somebody's opinion of themselves or the environment that they're in. And they can walk away from a hobby that's like a healthy hobby, like working on your physique or your glutes. You know, these are things that are going to help you in the long run. And if you get out there and you have a little bit of insecurity, like, because, you know, you probably should, you know, you're brand new to something. So being insecure, we start to build these little stalactites of confidence and people come over and flick them away and the hobby's gone. For someone that's more tender like myself. Now, there's both sides of this argument. Some of these tried and true experienced hunters, fishermen, boaters, you know, these people are in an environment where it's not safe. You know, you're holding firearms. You know, you're in the boat, so you can crash into somebody. So, like, I get the whole tension that's around that. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, park the boat. You know, you can't go that way. You know, watch out for the sign. I did my research, and I will still make mistakes. So I'm giving this to the person that cares enough to do it right, not just trying to get a boat, get on the lake that weekend, get bent with their friends, and you go tubing. You know, those type of people, they need to put some time in and do some research before they start whipping out there, because nobody's going to cater to them and be nice. The drag strip. I was really scared, you know, white-knuckled. My car, I thought, had an loud exhaust, and I pulled up to the staging light with something that was just, you know, exploding on all cylinders. And then he took it up to the highest rev limiter before he goes to let the button to go off the track. I'm like, whoa! You got people telling you to get up because I'm not on the line. You know, I could go into all the details of drag racing from my point of view, but put it this way, there's a lot involved and you're a beginner and it's nerve-wracking. You know, you walk into a guitar store and you've only learned your 3 chords and you want to try a new guitar out. And everybody tells you, go practice the guitar, make sure you like it. So now you're going, like, all right, I got to play my G, my D, my F, you know. you're trying. And there's confidence that's not there because you're just learning, but you want to get a nice guitar. You really like the way this one looks or this one feels. So one of the things that I'd recommend is putting the fear aside. You're brand new. The second you tell yourself, I don't care, I'm brand new. If they got a problem with me, screw them. And if you're a person that has experience, try to be a little softer. Kid shows up with his car. Maybe his paint job isn't the best. Maybe he did a rattle can with a paintbrush too on the back end. Maybe his engine's misfiring and he thinks it sounds fine because he doesn't have an ear for it yet. Be that guy that comes over there. Instead of being that guy or girl that comes from this authority and making fun of him, and he just keels over and, croaks on the hobby, come down to his level and communicate. I'm in the truck. This wasn't a hobby, this is work, but I got a new employee that I was working with. And I cared about the kid a lot. He was a good kid. And, the first thing right off the bat, tell me about your life. What do you do? What do you do for fun? We're driving. You like to go here for lunch? What do you like to do here? Try to get it. Oh, yeah, you like rugby? Tell me about it. I know nothing about it. So now we're equals. We're talking about a subject that he's not even equal. He's above me on. And I'm meeting him at his level because I want to learn, right, as a beginner. What's the deal? So then when I get into the basement and I start showing him how to sweat pipe, solder, or how to clean the pipe, right? How to turn the water off in the house. Now we're friends. We're cool. I'm not trying to make someone feel stupid. If you're sitting there trying to make someone feel stupid or try to make them look, shabby just because you get a chance to look good, that's on you, man, and that's not cool. And you're going to lose that person in the hobby. You're going to have less and less and less people parking in the lot that you're parking on Saturday afternoon. Just drove your car. No one's coming. Because the whole area becomes this negative den of judgment. You can look at other people's cars. Just keep your opinions to yourself, especially if it's a new guy. Cars, hunting is one. You got people out there that are going to be dangerous. You got to be careful. I get that. Maybe if you're an experienced hunter and you see somebody in your hunting club that's trying to take them out. Show them the ropes, Go over some of the things that are in the manual that you got to pass to get the hunting license anyway. Show some real life things that happen where, the manual says this and this has happened and there's a contradiction here. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to explain how I tick. This softer, tender touch to invite somebody into your hobby because you want them to have it. I'd love if people up here where I'm at got into a car hobby and to find out that there is a lot of guys that are into it. They tend to stay to themselves, I'm sure. Also, being from somebody that's from out of town, it's the same thing. You got a newcomer in your town. Very luckily, this town has been very warm and welcoming to me and my family. But we had a little anxiety about leaving because we are the outsiders. We're the people coming from out of town that are going to come up here and, in their mind, who knows what we're about. So I guess the debate topic that I had a couple of videos, right into my channel, it touches on this stuff too, like being quick to argue. You got these people at these debate type environments, or maybe it's a lecture and somebody wants to have a question and answer time, and that's the time that they live for. They ignored the whole lecture, don't care what the guy's got to say or the girl's got to say, and they're lined up now and I'm going to make this guy look stupid, this girl look stupid right now. And that's what you spent your whole day and week planning, that you're going to, or maybe even an hour before, that you're going to totally make this guy look foolish in front of everybody. Well, good for you, but you know what? Instead of you wasting your time to make somebody else look stupid, why don't you get your own thoughts together and have your own lecture, whether it be on a channel like this or hand out flyers, old school. Come meet me at the water fountain. We're going to be talking about this and I'm going to be in charge and I'm going to be standing up on a crate and you can listen to me. That's fine. Take that leap instead of being somebody that wants to knock somebody down. Granted, they're talking about some very heated and divisive topics. Okay, that's life. Spend some time at the dinner table with family. You can get, you know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. My chemistry at this point in my life is, if somebody's got the time to teach me, I got the ability to be so humble, and I'm going to listen to everything you got to say. If you're going to bring yourself and you're going to be nice to me, you could teach me anything you want, and I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to do it exactly verbatim your way if I'm brand new to it. Hey, when you go out skiing, you do pizza crust or whatever they do. All right. You know why? Because he treated me like a human being when he taught me. You know, I'm all for throwing people into stuff too, like sink or swim. That's cool and all, if that's their dynamic and if that's their mode for learning. And you can read somebody really quickly on that. I'm not the first person to say I want to do it. Get out of my way. I want to make sure I'm not going to hurt nobody. I want to make sure I'm not going to break the equipment that I'm on. If I'm going to try, the guy let me borrow his guitar amp. How does it work? Does it have any issues? What do I do? It's a tube amp. Do I shut this to standby? Do I pull the plug? Should I leave it plugged in if it's a lightning storm? Like, I'm asking these questions. Oh, man. Because I don't want to damage his equipment, but at the same time, I want to learn. And it stayed with me longer when people treated me with respect. Fear didn't let anything stick. Anger. And then you got that image at the car shows, you know, people with the pop collars in the corner saying like, this guy's bumper's not sitting right. That guy's Bondo. I could see it. I got some great friends. Car hobby, rockabilly guy. He's got a little bit of an edge to him, but he's nice. He knows who he is. He'll tell you this is what I think, but he'll never rag on your car. He'll never make fun of you. And that's okay. You can have your personality and have that confidence and still be nice. I'm not talking about, you know, handing everybody dandelions and being like real sweet and soft. Be yourself, but just take yourself and look at it from their point of view. That's the big thing. That's what I do in my life. I always think of people as if I'm them and looking down or from an angle instead of just going with my instincts and maybe, you know, calling people names. Anyway, if this helped anybody, like, share, subscribe. I think this is what this channel is about. Talking, listening. I'm trying to get some people to share back with me what they think. Some feedback would be great. Maybe the channel can get better. And maybe you could use something that you've learned or I've talked about and you want to elaborate on your channel. Who cares? Let me know how it goes. Maybe it was delivered better. This is my version. Thanks for watching.